Alright boys, today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Middle part flow with a taper fade. Alright, starting with the number 2 guard, lever open, we are going to start debulking the back of the head. We are going to be using our comb to guide the hair to hit the teeth of the blade. Now, with the no guard lever open, we are going to create about a ½ inch guideline under the earlobe. Also, making sure to flick out throughout the process. Now we are going to be using our 1 guard lever open, creating another guideline on top of our previous no guard lever open. Now, making that back taper lineup, we want to make sure to remove unnecessary bulk by doing clipper over comb. Now to actually start the lineup, we want to make sure to know where the natural hair stops growing so we don't do an accidental pushback. Make sure to take your time on this so it can be extra crispy. Now we are going to do the exact same thing on the other side. With the same trimmers, we are going to create the first bald guideline, making sure to flick out. Now using the shaver, we are going to fully bald out, making sure we don't go all the way up, hitting that previous guideline. I also like hitting the shaver on the side to make the lineup pop more. Now with the no guard lever closed, we are going to start fading out that no guard lever open. Making sure we carefully flick out throughout the process. Now, using lever halfway open, we are going to start fully blending it out. Make sure that we are only using the corner of the blade. Finally, using our half guard, lever open, to blend out that number 1 guard. Also making sure that we're using the corners and flicking out. Now using the same guard lever halfway open, we are going to use our corners to soften up that line. Finally, closing the lever all the way, we are going to start fully blending out that line. Now doing some lever play, we are going to start detailing the back of the taper. Now this isn't really super necessary, but if you want to get the best taper, I definitely recommend it. Now for the side taper, we are going to make sure we're using the corner of the hairline to section off the top. With the 2-guard lever open, I also like to debulk the side taper. Now with the same guard lever open, I also like to debulk the back of the ear. Make sure you never fully press against the head and only flick out, using the corner of the blade. Now using the very corner of our trimmer, we are going to use it like a pencil and go in a circular motion, making that line up behind the ear. Using the natural line of the taper, we are going to connect that to the guideline. Now with no guard lever open, we are going to set our first guideline, making sure that we do it at the bottom of the C-cup. Now with the 1-guard lever open, we are going to create another 1/2-inch guideline starting at the top of the C-cup. Using the number 1 guard, I also like to blend in the bulk just a little bit more by flicking out. Now finding that natural C-cup line, we are going to set up our guideline at the top corner of the C-cup. Then making another guideline at the bottom, using the corner of the blade to connect both guidelines. Now setting up our first bald guideline at the top of the ear. Now using our bald shaver to go up, making sure we avoid hitting that very top of that previous guideline. Now with our no guard lever closed, we are going to flick out about 1/4 inch, hitting that no guard lever open. Now with the lever halfway, we are going to use our corners to flick out and blend that final lever open. Using our 0 guard lever open, we are going to use our corners to blend out that number 1 lever open. Going to soften up that line by going lever halfway. finally blending it out with the lever closed. Using our straight razor, we are going to make that line pop even more by getting those little hairs, making sure that we keep our blade fully flat. Using our rolled up texture powder, we are going to style the hair. And boom, just like that, we completed our middle part flow taper fade. If you guys enjoyed this video and want a more in-depth tutorial, click the link in the description and it takes you to a Discord where I personally coach you.